It is 1:30 Central Time, United States of America. It's time for some brewskis. Ah, ha, ha. Torpedoes away. It's complicated. They have a new one. Let's go look at it. Yes. Boom.
Is it true that most women say they want a man to protect and provide?
Now, I'm sure in her day, this chick was probably, well, maybe not a smoking hot, but kind of. Check out the tats though. Look at you got a colorful tat on the left arm there, I guess, and she's got Cyrillic writing on her.
Yes.
Yes.
I would say yes. Yes, that is very true.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. You want to feel comfortable with your
Of course you
lover.
do.
You want to make sure that they can protect you.
You want to? Oh my God! What did she say?
You want to feel comfortable with your lover. You want to
You want to feel comfortable with your lever.
make sure that they can protect you.
Maybe she means lover. I don't know.
What if I told you the idea of men protecting and providing is a social construct reinforced by the patriarchy?
Wait for it. Wait for it.
It's probably true. I definitely see that standpoint, but I also think it goes back into our primitive instincts, right? Like hunters and gatherers. So,
Oh, really? You mean it's something built into the human?
the more
No way. How did she know that? Aldwick is here. Hello. And Easter Sunday. Lack of zinc in her. Well, I don't know. She doesn't look like she's missing any meals here.
dainty, not as muscular build people, which
what is the jewelry in the face? For God's sake. Oh,
typically are women.
she looks like maybe Polynesian or something. Bigger lady. Right.
Were the gatherers and stayed at home, and the men went out and they hunted. So I think that's kind of how that whole social construct began.
It's not a construct. It's fucking evolution. It's the way we evolve.
It's kind of in our DNA. It's almost primitive.
Yes. So it's not a construct if it's in our DNA. You know what I'm saying?
Patriarchy is bad. Why do women still expect that from men?
Wait for it.
Is patriarchy bad, or are feminists just telling us it's bad?
Very good.
I don't believe the patriarchy is a thing. I believe the matriarchy is a thing.
Oh, shut your mouth, you Nazi. What are you talking about, man?
We live in a Western world where women are the biggest voting bloc.
Mm-hmm.
Women are the biggest spending bloc.
Mm-hmm.
Women have a majority of the debt, and women raise the next generation. That is the exact definition of what a matriarchy would be.
But don't you know women are oppressed in the West? What's your name, Adolf?
It's a tough question because
Yeah, that is a tough question.
I personally am against the patriarchy, but then there's also some social constructs of relationship.
Oh, a guitar. Zager easy play guitar. Oh, let's watch this. See what this is all about. Well, what's easy about it? Buy one, get one free. Fuck me, where's this at? Okay, where is it? Buy one, get one free. Zager guitars, established 1969. Where the hell do you find these guitars? Buy one, get one free.
Well,
wait a minute.
Roles that I'm
Hamster. Excuse me. Hammy. Yes. Don't you have a guitar you haven't played for a year and a half? Yes. And the point is what?
Okay, yeah, I actually do value that traditional kind of
Can't have too many guitars, man.
standpoint.
Why do women only complain about patriarchy when they are competing with men?
Aha.
I would never compete with a man.
Ah. Oh, so, okay.
Because women can't have it all, even though.
What the? What is going on?
Competing with men.
I would never compete with a man.
Because women can't have it all, even though they say that they can have it all, they cannot have it all.
Why is it?
Well, they can. Just not at the same time.
When it comes to the job market, we must be inclusive, but in the dating market, it's purely competition.
Because it's the hottest survive.
I feel like there definitely
The hottest survive. Well, again, she's not wrong.
is a lot
I
of
mean,
double
really.
standards in both
Uh-huh.
roles. I feel like it just depends on the relationship per se, because I feel like I have met some men that
you met some men. Okay, good. Here, let me peel off the StreamYard here so I can look at the comments because they're just coming in left and right. And let me shut. Okay, hold on, hold it. Hamster, you should do this before you. Yes, I know. Sorry. Psycho is here. Chaos is here. Another hamster stream. Mm-hmm. Why not? I mean, it's only 1:30, and I'm still up.
aren't as masculine or, protecting as others. So I feel like
Yes.
it really just depends on the person as well. But I understand where you're coming from.
There's all this talk about creating a more fair and equitable society.
Yes.
What determines in life what should be a competition and what should have equal outcomes?
Go on.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Which makes absolutely no sense. What the hell did she? What does she mean by that? Easter Sunday says, I own 23 guitars. Wonderful. Direct online. Are they any good? The Sager guitars? Are they expensive? Are they like a Martin, $10,000 guitar? Might have to look at it, see what they look like.
Equal outcome is laughable. That is not a thing that is possible. And
I mean, yeah, but look at this woman hating Hitler here.
achievable, and everything is competition. Everything.
Yes.
Equity is for children and participation trophies, not grown-ass adults.
I mean, it's not fair. Oh my God. Yeah. Life is not fair. You're right.
Why do women want equality in everything except for dating?
I see.
I wish I knew, but what's wrong with us?
Good question.
Oh, they don't even want equality in everything but dating.
Yeah.
Not even close.
No, the women, the modern woman doesn't want equality. She wants only the goodies. And you can't blame them,
They don't want to pick up the garbage on the side of the road.
Right,
They don't
right.
want to go die in the.
I mean, men don't want to do that either, but sometimes we have to feed, to eat, to pay rent, all that stuff. Easter Sunday says, I bought a Squire Affinity for $200. It spanks. I have a Mexican Telecaster. Beautiful guitar. I love it.
Draft. They don't want to pay for bills. They don't want to lift heavy stuff. They don't want to squish spiders.
Yeah.
They don't want to be treated equal
Well, yeah, women don't want to murder spiders, you evil man, you.
for pay when they have to work as many hours, work as late in life.
Yeah, but you see, you're trying to explain to an indoctrinated millions who have been for decades and generations been told the same bullshit. Reality doesn't matter. What matters is you're an evil man.
Miss as much family functions for their job.
Right.
And also, if women stopped and left the workplace, the HR department would disappear.
Indeed.
Do women give all men an equal shot, or do they prefer to choose the best and most qualified?
Okay, answers to be guessed. What do you think? What's she gonna say?
You prefer to choose the richest.
No, hey, she's honest. I'll give her that.
The same way a man would choose which girl he wants to go after.
Yeah. Well, men can do that, but women still have to choose the man, don't they?
Yeah, that's true. And it's mostly by looks. It's definitely not anything else.
Do women give?
Yeah. I mean, again, she's honest. She's not giving us a load of bullshit. Oh, it's about personality. Oh my God. It's got its conversation. It's about what he looks like. And it's the same. Men and women are equally shallow. There's nothing
Give
wrong
all
with
men an equal shot, or do they prefer to choose the best and most qualified?
that. What do you suppose this man's going to say? Chaos for You says they want to keeping up with the Kardashian, and they want someone to pay for it. Okay, got it.
No, the majority of women do not give all men equal shots. Unfortunately, you do have those simple-minded women or those gold diggers that want to reach for the upper echelon. My thing is, instead of chase the bag, help your mate to get the bag.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanting the biggest, brightest, tallest, richest, but there's only so many of those men. Absolutely, women do not give men a fair shake. Now, being a man, being men, unless unless she's deformed in some way, we're willing to consider it. Come on, I'm not saying I never. I'm not going to say anything. Chaos for you. I'm drunk.
So why are women economically socialist but romantically capitalist?
I think because they're looking for that catch, that
the
big fish.
Yeah.
That's someone that can pay the bills and mortgage and supply them and wine and them and dine them. Not all women, but a majority. If you don't have it, they're not going to talk to you.
Craig Furness is back. Hello. Yes, one more time, we are here. Thank you for coming. Hope you're having an enjoyable evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever you may be around this big old world of ours.
Why is it when it comes to the job market, we must be inclusive, but in the dating market, it's purely competition?
Now, maybe it's just me, but I'm kind of digging those heart glasses there. You know?
Because I think you still want to find the best person for you. And
doesn't a boss want to find the best employee for his company?
Yeah, and he should.
But they're forced to hire people.
Think about a child you love.
Yes.
Now take away their clean clothes, access to water, and the roof over their head.
Live good. Yep.
People they don't necessarily want to hire.
Well, and that's not right. I don't necessarily think that you should hire somebody just because they fill a box.
Yeah, but that's what they're doing. Garrett Grant is here. Hello, Garrett. Spearman is here. Yeah, looks a little like John Lennon. Yeah. Oh, he looks a little like John Lennon from
that
Liverpool.
Of equality, I think you should still be finding the best person for the job.
Actually, John Lennon kind of had a funky looking nose on him and stuff. I thought he was a very good looking guy. He's very unique looking, I thought. And he had a big Schwanson. Just look at the Two Virgins album cover.
Since dating is considered
he had it going on, baby doll.
a marketplace, how high would women's standards have to be, and how much competition would there have to be before men are willing to decide it's no longer worth it?
Well, I feel like the follow-up question would that to be, do women compete with women more or do men compete with men more?
Women compete with each other for the top 10, 12, 8% of men.
Yes, but they wear makeup and tight clothing for other women, don't you know?
The average man that's working the Taco Bell counter, that's working the grocery store register, that's driving the bus, he can no longer get an average woman.
That's right. He can't get someone at his level. Same economic level, same status. It's impossible. Oh, I mean, eventually, maybe when she's 37, it's been run through, for 15, 20 years.
Women want that top 10, that top tier, that top echelon man. They want that 8, 9, 10 man, even though they're an adjustable 6 at best.
If you have enough beer goggles. Like, for example, we could take a 3 tonight, and Chaos, looking through his beer goggles, it's, I'd hit that, man.
What do you think about the men who choose to remain bachelors?
It's funny because I probably have that mindset this day and age. I just turned 44 today. Today is my birthday. But when I was
happy birthday, sir. Good for you. Celebrating in Las Vegas.
In my early 20s, I thought about marriage and settling down. But now it's like the bachelor life is better. People out here getting married and getting divorced a couple months later. So until you find true love and happiness, there's nothing wrong with being a bachelor.
They might wake up one day at 50 and be completely happy.
Doesn't she look like, what's her face? Rose McGowan, kind of? Yeah, sort of.
They might wake up at 50 and be like...
Have you seen that freaking beef going on between Rose McGowan and Alyssa Milano? Ooh.
I don't have any...
They don't like each other, man.
Kids, I'm missing something, and I know that's something you have to figure out through your life.
Now, does anyone go to Las Vegas? It's Fat Dog here. What motel is this? Do we know? I've never been to Vegas, so. Craig Furness says, let it all burn and bulldoze with left. Society needs a plasma level enema. The social contract is dead. Yeah. It is.
I want to say, or they've gone through it before, they've been married, got divorced, and they're like, you know what, I'd rather live the bachelor life.
Imagine that. Yeah.
And enjoy my life,
Yes.
If you've got a little black book of 3, 4, 5, 6 women that you can call, take care of everything you need on that Friday, maybe you have one that dresses up nice and comes to the
Jimbo, you live in Vegas. Hey, cool. Which hotel is that we were just looking at? I don't know them. It's one of the fancier ones, I suppose, huh? I don't know what it is, but it looks fun. How's Vegas? Is it all right? Is it cool being like a civilian? You probably don't go downtown at all, or maybe you do.
Or something like, you know why? I'd rather live the bachelor life.
Yeah.
And enjoy my life, you know?
If you've got a little black book of 3, 4, 5, 6 women that you can call.
Yeah, I've never had that. Bellagio, thank you. Bellagio. All right, cool. Have you been there? Jimbo, pretty good. Good buffet, good fun. I mean, it certainly looks pretty, looks beautiful.
Take care of everything you need on that Friday. Maybe you have one that dresses up nice and comes to the company picnic with.
Hey, Jimbo, did you ever watch that Las Vegas cop show? Where they it's pretty good, actually.
Maybe you've got one that's just down and dirty and shows up in a high heels and a trench coat.
Ooh.
Why would you give that up for marriage when you're going to get divorced?
Yeah.
She's going to take the kids. She's going to take your money, and she's going to destroy you.
Jimbo says he's never been inside the Bellagio. I understand. Yeah, it's like when you live at like in Orlando, for example. You probably don't go to Disney World all that often. You just don't go to Universal Studios. It's like, that's where the tourists hang out.
There's no net benefit today for men to get married.
If sex wasn't a need, wouldn't men boycott these women rather than be forced to simp for them?
Yeah. Yes, but sex is a need, and it will always be a need. So
yeah, I could go always visit Rosie and her 4 sisters. There's always that option.
Why do the majority of young women happen to be left-leaning woke liberals?
Did you hear that story today too, by the way? That more young men, high school, that age, are going conservative. And of course, most women are radical fucking lefties. Shocker.
Because it benefits them to be that way. Conservatism is about personal responsibility and decision making, and women culturally avoid responsibility like it's kryptonite. Any excuse to pass the blame off onto anybody else, that's what they do. Women, they just don't want to be accountable. They just want to be victims of the big bad man, of the big bad culture.
Yeah.
And they just want to avoid personal responsibility.
And they want big daddy government to bail their asses out whenever. Now, here's an interesting observation, something to think about. Why, except for the fact that they want young women to go out there and get laid, and with no consequences whatsoever. Why do you think they don't want women getting married? When I say they, I mean the government, the libs. Why do you think that is? Why would they rather have more single women? Because once a woman gets married and she has children, she tends to be more conservative. Just pointing it out, just throwing it out there.
Women of today have...
Look at those funky glasses, man. She's in town to party when she's wearing those glasses.
Been kind of seeing in the news what the government is doing to women, and they disagree with that. And so I think
what is the government doing to women? Okay, glasses. I'm going to give you a whole uninterrupted time to make your claim here. Go.
Women of today have been kind of seeing in the news what the government is doing to women, and they disagree with that. And so I think we are considered woke liberals because we disagree with a lot of what the conservative party wants to do to women.
What does the conservative party want to do to women? Could you it's abortion. It's always abortion, isn't it?
Like take away rights, and
which rights are they going to take away? Which rights? Curious.
They want to kind of contain us and treat us like we're lesser than.
Oh yeah, who is proposing this? Gone with John is in the building. Oh my God, Gone with John. Hi. Oh, you know this? You watch this? Yeah. It's it's complicated. Simone Kebonga. Jobs. They want workers for the economy. Exactly. Gone with John.
And we don't.
Oh look at this. Another ad.
You don't want things taken away from us.
You don't want special privileges taken away from you. Right. And you don't want responsibility put upon you. Yes? Am I right? Am I in the ballpark?
How is liberal women wanting handouts from the government different than conservative women wanting men to take care of them?
A fair exchange. Conservative women want men to take care of them because it's a mutually beneficial, independent relationship where they make a mutual agreement to meet each other's needs, wants, and desires, whereas those women just living off the tax dollars, there's no mutually beneficial relationship. They're leeching, they're sucking off the tit of the taxpayer, and oftentimes not giving back anywhere near close to the resources they absorb.
Yeah, well, there's the thing there. It is a beneficial. Cui bono. Who benefits? Politicians, don't they?
If men choose to no longer marry, does that mean these women will look to the government to support them instead?
I don't know. I guess that's a question you'd have to ask them, I suppose, on who they're going to want to be their sugar daddy. If it's going to be Uncle Sam when they don't have... I don't think people will ever stop getting married, though.
Raheem Gaines, welcome to the building. Raheem, good to see you. Fred Durst is looking around. Yeah, I guess.
Eventually, the money's going to dry up. It's going to dry up. You can't.
Not as long as they can keep printing it. Inflation, what's that?
You can't give every unmarried old cat lady money. There's just not enough money anymore. The government's been taking money with overtaxation, compelled parental responsibility from men as long as they have. And once men stop marrying, stop having children out of wedlock, and if they just pay their child support, all these women, when they turn 40, 45, 50, as much as they say now they'll be happy, they're not going to be happy with no family, no husband, no children, and 4 or 5 cats running around.
JT Devereaux, Howard Stern. You mean the John
Are women by
Lennon
nature
guy?
more socialist because they want to be provided for?
Yes. Women want everything they can get, every handout, because it's easier and it's what they're used to. I mean, let's be honest, fellas, if we were a 16-year-old woman and we spent 5, 6, 7 years with people giving us everything we wanted just simply for existing, that would be a hard behavior to break.
Yeah. I like this guy. He's not wrong. You know, they get used to this behavior. And why do you suppose some women are very, very, very unhappy and very, very, very sad, and they take drugs to get over their whatever? Because they're not handed shit anymore as much as they used to. Sure, they get more than men. But when you have to get out in the workforce, you have to produce something to get your paycheck. That's kind of a hard truth. You know what I mean?
Be a real hard behavior to break.
Let's be honest, John, with John.
That's why when the wall comes, 30, 32, 33, somewhere in that, these women are panicking because they've never had to be responsible, never had to earn really anything. It's been just given to them simply because they're pretty and they look nice, and men will do anything to get the attention of a pretty woman.
There you go.
Are they more socialist because women are more collective, hive-minded?
You mean this guy? Yeah, the Howard Stern looking dude. Yeah, or the John Lennon looking dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have to stick together. I mean, I guess if you feel like you're being held down, then you've got to band together with the other people.
See, notice what she said there. Let me just go back a little bit. All right. I mean, it's almost 2:00 in the morning. Why not?
Yes, if you feel like you're being held down, then
if you feel like you're being held, feel like you're being held down. Feel, not that you are, but you feel like it. Big difference, huh? Yeah.
And you've got to band together with the other people who are in your corner.
Women will lie to each other in protection of the group, in protection of the subset. Women will lie.
Ooh. Look at that ass over there.
You will say Lizzo is a 10 when Lizzo is not a 10.
Prince Revolver is here. Lizzo is not a fucking 10. Not even Iridium Kush and his special brand of Kush. You smoke a bag of it. There's no way. Even then, Lizzo is not a 10. I don't even know who the fuck Lizzo is, but I know she isn't a 10.
You will lie and say, go girl, you got that. You should divorce that man when you know you shouldn't. Women will lie to protect each other, to promote each other, to tear each other down.
That woman over there's got a pair of legs that come up and make an ass of themselves. I'm telling you right now.
Because it's all about feelings above facts.
What's the difference between feminist women shaming men for being masculine versus traditional women shaming men for not being masculine enough?
A traditional feminist doesn't shame a man for being masculine. They shame men for having toxic masculinity, which is going, I have to do this and I have to do that because I'm a man, and you can't do this because you're a woman.
Yeah, who says that again? Just wondering. JD is here. Jen Virtue, speaking the truth. David Graham is back. Are you from this dimension? I've seen Cube Square. Doesn't add up to hamster. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, David, you left a message on the other video we just did. I don't know which stream I was on. I was just doing my stream, but maybe somebody put me on a different stream. I don't know. I can only be in one place at the one time.
That's toxic masculinity. Being comfortable in your masculinity is going, I'm a man and maybe I work out, but I work out because I want to be healthy, or I do like looking really jacked, but it's like, it's for me. It's not because I have to because I'm a man, and
I think feminist, left-leaning, liberal women do it to tear men down.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're happy and
you know it, clap your hands.
If you're happy.
And to talk about how men ain't shit, even though men
ain't shit.
Even though men tame the world.
Men ain't shit, man.
Created all the luxuries that everybody enjoys.
Who 346 wants to take a relaxing vacation in North Korea? Simone Kamanage. The collective socialist mindset of women as individuals, they cannot stand, but they need each other. And now they're in men's minds to get them to do something like that. Sure. Yeah.
And we'll keep the infrastructure running. Women want to act like men ain't shit. Those leftist liberal women do. I think the more conservative women, they're doing it kind of as a cross between they don't know how to do it the right way, but almost with the intent to help motivate a man because they don't know a better way.
I really think, to be honest with you, Mr. Durst, I don't think there's a tinker's damn difference between a liberal and a conservative woman. They're still women. They're still using men, no matter what. That's my take on it.
Can you define minimalism?
Yeah, so my kitchen is minimalistic, and that means there's basically nothing in my kitchen.
Yeah, that's like a man's apartment. Yeah, I got a chair, lawn chair, and I've got a video game and a TV. And I can use that lawn chair to go outside too. See? That's pretty minimalist.
Minimalism is just having enough to meet all your basic needs and very, very few wants.
Yeah, like we talked about in the last episode of The Hamster. We were talking about the one woman, whatever her name is, about all this. She had to fill her house with shit. Some men don't do that, right? We have a chair and a table and some dishes and shit, whatever. Good day, Mr. Radio Rodin from Outbush, down under.
You don't need a 4-bedroom house. You want it.
No,
you don't need the newest, fanciest iPhone. You want it. You don't need that giant SUV. You want it. The reality is, in today, you need a cell phone. The reality is almost everybody needs a car. But we go bigger, better because because it's a competition to have the newest, biggest, baddest, best.
Right.
Also because it flexes and shows to women what we got.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's not untrue what he just said. JD is here. Makes sense for that woman. Probably can't cook for crap on her women. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Is she appropriating culture?
Can a man
here?
be a minimalist and still be
she doesn't really look black, and she's got dreadlocks. Oh my God.
attractive to most modern women?
if he's minimalistic in the sense that it should be, like,
oh yeah, like it should be,
thinking of the environment and thinking of the impact.
Yeah, this is a hippie chick. She's twisting fatties up, man. By the way, we did have a guy from Las Vegas in here earlier. Jimbo, is marijuana legal there in Las Vegas? Sin City, after all.
And do I really need this? And am I going to sell this at, am I paying quality? Or am I buying shit and then having to replace it?
I want to listen to what she said again. I kind of like what she said.
Quality. Or am I buying shit and then having to replace it?
Most, no. Very, very, very few women are going to like a man that doesn't have
a bunch of shit.
That doesn't have drip.
A bunch of shit. Yeah. Prince Revolver says, regardless of ideology, people forget women are women first. Right. Gone with John says, Cherry is also a great friend when I need one. You mean,
doesn't have a nice fancy car. Women aren't going to like a guy that lives under the bridge.
Even Brandon Trueblood looks at my car and says, Hamster, that thing's a piece of shit. It's like, yes. And it's also got the automatic built-in theft deterrent device called a manual transmission. Jimbo says, yeah, marijuana is legal for about 6 years. Cool.
Not going to like a guy that rents a room in a basement.
No.
They're not going to like a guy that drives a car from 1984 with 250,000 miles on it.
Well, mine's not quite that old, but it's getting older every day. Prince Revolver says, when I got my first apartment, my mom insisted I buy pictures to hang out plants, useless shit. Yeah, I know. I'm with you. Oh, it just doesn't feel very homey in here. We got to have some shit to put on the walls. And then when you move, you're going to have to paste the walls up because the landlord, oh my God. Who 346 telescope or spotting scope for the apartment. Okay, all right.
Eats a foot-long Subway sandwich for dinner every night before playing Madden.
How large is the carbon footprint of keeping most modern Western women happy?
It's basically comparable to Bigfoot's paw print.
27 pairs of shoes, the biggest car.
Yeah, that's always been kind of a mystery to me. And I was married once and lived with a chick once. What is with the fucking shoes? I have 2 pairs of shoes, maybe 3. I got like some hiker boots, and I've got some old tennis shoes that stink like fucking crap, but I don't care because I only wear them to go out and fucking take the garbage out and shit, right? And I might have a pair of dress shoes somewhere, but I don't know where the fuck they are because I don't have to wear them when I go to work. I don't care. But women, you go in the fucking closet, it's like a fucking, it's Jesus Christ. How many pairs of fucking shoes do you need? Aldwick says, I just moved back home to Wisconsin. I have become the middle-aged man living in his mom's basement. Well, hey, good for you, I guess. Wisconsin's a pretty nice place to be.
All the nice purses, the makeup, the hair, the nails. The
thing about Wisconsin is that pretty much every square mile of that state, there's a beer place. There's a bar. Because, Wisconsin, we like our beer. Garrett Grant says, the greatest mystery in the universe. Outbush says, look at blokes with Nikes these days. Yeah, you're right. These people standing in line, for hours to buy a $700 pair of fucking shoes. For what? Who, you're impressing whom again? No one.
Hair products. It's absurd.
Are we talking like mainstream women or like me?
We're talking about you, baby. We're talking about you dope smoking hairy hippie, you with your dreadlocks appropriating the culture. Gone with John said, my ex always bought a pair when she went through something. Needless to say, she had a lot of shoes. Jesus Christ.
Because you might assume by my perception that I am a materialistic woman, yet I was a farmer of an organic USDA certified farm for a year. Yeah. And a hemp farmer
and it was organic weed you were growing, right?
2 years. And a CBD processor for 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you rarely see women call out other women for being materialistic?
Maybe women are less judgy.
Oh.
I feel like I see that all the time. Like everyone talks shit about the Kardashians.
Because all women are materialistic.
Since dating is considered a marketplace.
I mean, I know this, makes me sound crazy and shit. But if I had 50 pairs of shoes, just say it, 50 pairs of shoes, I would want to wear the shoes, not just have them and put them in the fucking closet. It makes no sense for me to buy something that I'm not using for something. I know. It's toxic masculinity.
How high would women's standards have to be, and how much competition would there have to be before men are...
Okay, there's I guess we're really getting down into the dirt on this one. What can someone please explain to me how this fucking nail thing is attractive in any possible fucking universe? How is that attractive? How? It's not.
Are willing to decide it's no longer worth it.
Jed, you see a lot of chicks.
No longer be worth it to date a woman?
I don't think that will ever happen because men love women way too much.
Yeah. Well, you're right. Especially those young ones.
Speaking from a man point of view,
yes,
I'm gonna say it's always worth it. Like,
why?
Because to me anyway, that's my only option is a woman. So it's like I'm gonna do what I need to do to keep one around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look at that prize he's got next to him there too. It's let's just view that.
I'm gonna do what I need to do to.
Yeah. There you go. I'm gonna do anything I need to do to keep me next to this woman here.
Keep one around.
Man, brother, what the fuck?
The standards would have to get ridiculously high for them to turn away from.
I mean, is this cougar banging John Lennon there, or what do you think?
Women entirely.
I don't know.
But I do think if they got that high, yeah, there is a possibility of it because nature.
Did she say get high? Oh my God, toke it up, boys.
But I do think if they got that high, yeah, there is a possibility of it because nature will always find a way. I mean, look at prison populations where men become gay when they can't get access to women. Like,
maybe a lot of men in prison don't have a choice. Maybe there's a little bit of activity there that, in the real world would be illegal, but nobody in prison in that system seems to give a shit. Just say it.
Your sex drive is your sex drive. You're going to find an outlet one way or another.
Rosie Palm and her 4 sisters. Oh, we're done, are we? Oh, okay. Has Gone with John done anything recently? Can we see if he's got something new? Sure we can. Yes. Gone with Johnny. Let's see. Modern women are strong. Yuck. Let's live on the mountain. Yeah. Women are getting bigger than men. Yeah. Streamed 8 days ago. Hey, Johnny boy, what's up with these views, bro? Is YouTube on your ass? All right, let's go here. See what happens. Midtown. Ooh, funky tunes. Take me down to Funky Town. Mix it up, baby. Oh, yeah, I can rock.
I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. A reading rainbow. I can go any.
I'm sorry. Listen.
Yeah.
You guys don't have to worry about your weight. You're fine.
What
Just
the
take
fuck
care of
was-
yourself. Try to live a little healthier, whatever. Get
What
in
the fuck
gym
was that?
And throw some weight around. And by throw, I mean lift it very carefully.
Aldwick says, my mommy is from Minnesota. Don't think she'd like that. Don't think she'd like what? Hamster cube square matrix. Yes. Different dimension.
In a controlled manner that would best tear and slowly repair your muscles in order to grow bigger. Everybody else, though, let's listen to this guy.
Almost 1 in every 10 people in the United States now
Is gay. I'm playing. It's a joke. It's Joe, don't get all butthurt. I mean,
well, I've heard guys who wear sunglasses during their streams are gay.
Unless you're into that kind of thing. I don't know. Let's just move on.
Fall into that category.
Yeah.
One of the important things I think people need to understand is that weight is
turn
not
this
a
old
cosmetic
fuck up a little bit so I can hear
it's
it.
what it
Well, Hamster, if you shut the fuck up, you could hear him. Good point.
It's kind of cosmetic to me, dude. I mean, we're gonna call that pretty fucking subjective.
Yeah.
Because if my Peter's involved, yeah, weight cosmetic it's a cosmetic issue at that point.
Excuse me. When you're chopping off a dick, that ain't cosmetic. That would be different. Just saying.
I mean, at that point, I'm less concerned with her health. I mean, I hope she's healthy, but if she's fat, she's probably not that super healthy. But again, when it comes to like if a man was talking with a woman and interested in her, it's pretty much cosmetic. Unless
the funny thing about Gone with John is eventually there is a point made. You just have to listen long enough is what you have to do.
Of course, he's been married to her for 20 years. In this case, he's like filling out the life insurance paperwork or, concerned about her health.
Outbush says, what the fuck? Exactly.
Let's continue.
does to your body. And we know that there's over 230 different medical diagnoses that are directly related to weight. And you know many of them, things like high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, gallstones. And
well, what we should have here, John, is a unveiling. Make a big deal out of it. Patreon, all that stuff. And say, I'm gonna take my sunglasses off. You guys give me $5 a month on Patreon, and I'll do it.
Kidney problems,
whatever.
Thinking Tyler Perry movies are funny.
All certainly related to weight, but there's many that you might not know about, especially several different types of cancers, including endometrial cancer, esophageal cancer.
This guy here's depressing me.
Yeah, he's got the words. David Graham says, fat girls, 10 beers help a lot more than surgery. Gone with John says, eventually, yes, I get there. Yes,
I wanted to talk about I'm joking, of course. He made some great points. Look, go check out their channel if you want to.
Wait a minute. You took your sunglasses off on the live mountain show today? And you didn't charge extra money for that? What's the matter with you, man? I'm giving you marketing advice. You could got mint. Freaking mint.
I don't, whatever. But the idea, of course, is
Gone with John says, I have gray eyes like the sea after a storm. Oh my God, I'm getting moist. I'm getting moist now, John. Stop it.
That, we have to have a very certain level of understanding with women that
women like fat women because it eliminates competition. Why is it always the fat chick is the cock block, though? You ever notice that? Oh, she doesn't want to talk to you. She has a boyfriend, and this big fucking monster comes at you. It's, okay, yeah. Anyone who watch Western movies, you know which one I've been watching lately? Who 346 Django and Chains. There's been a bunch of shorts showing up on my phone. Looks like a really good movie. Might have to. As a matter of fact, I think I actually did buy the movie when it came out. I just never watched it, but it looks good. The whole cast is really good, and fuck. I mean, it's Tarantino. How bad can it be?
You want to be like this. You don't want to be this obese, not healthy person that ultimately this is going to hurt in the long.
Well, you wouldn't like me, John, because I'm a big fat fuck. Shinobi Wan is here. Hello, Shinobi. Garrett Grant and Riggs Jr. farting in our general direction. All right, Gone with John. Go back to sleep. Talk to you tomorrow. Hamster. Hamster is here? No. Hammerhand is here. Oh, my God. Hello, Hammer. Yeah, we're just up fucking around a little bit. Good to see you, man. Hope everything's good.
Now, I know that is...
Oh, by the way, there is some fucking weather coming your way. It'll take a while, but there's tornadoes and shit over here, so maybe by the morning, it'll be in your neck of the woods.
A silly thing to think that you could tell a woman that you're looking out for her best interest or don't want her to be a big fatty.
Big fatty.
Because she would take offense.
Big fatty.
Old photos from the 70s, you see zero obese people. Everyone's in shape, What's changed? Vegetable oils potentially could be the cause of obesity.
Zero. Oh, I have a lot of opinions on that. It's not vegetable oil, it's seed oil, right? Seed oil, BPA, BPH, Teflon, all kinds of shit. And let's not forget birth control pills in the water. It's turning the freaking frogs gay. Alex Jones wasn't wrong.
Obese people in the 1970s. And vegetable oil was causing an obesity crisis. Here's the science. Picture this.
Bro, you got just a gallon of vegetable oil?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just that. It's because we eat way too fucking much. We greatly exceed the caloric intake to keep us going in the United States, and so we're all flabby and fat. But what about the guys who, like, are bodybuilders and shit? They're eating like 10,000 calories a day. What's the difference? They're bodybuilders and shit.
In a water bottle in your office?
You're at home all day sitting
That shit's not healthy.
at your desk working on your laptop. You spend your entire evening on the sofa watching Netflix.
And masturbating. I'm just kidding.
I mean, well, that's what I do. Can't speak for you, God.
Then you order in some takeaway. This wasn't an
Takeaway? Listen, British people. We're trying.
There's so much god dang sugar in everything. You're right, John. Absolutely correct.
Listen, takeaway.
Shinobi Wan, you're not wrong. That's why we have our own water, no chemicals, no birth control pills, no toxins, no fucking fluoride. Oh yeah, I get wigged out about this shit. You know, I've watched way too many fucking videos on YouTube. The fluoride, toxic fucking waste from the production of aluminum dropped into the water. Isn't that convenient? Go on. Go ahead.
Letting it slide, the whole metric system thing that you've been trying to pull off, you and the rest of the world. It's cute, really. Takeaway.
Metric system sometimes is better. As an engineer, I like the metric system. It's fine. But I still talk about mils when it comes to copper weight. But hey, what do I know? Hey, bro, it's not just sugar. It's corn syrup. Yeah. That shit gets processed almost the same. It is actually processed the same way that your liver has to do it. It's like Tylenol, right? Or Motrin or whatever. That shit has to be run through your liver to get processed. Just think about that. Aspirin just gets to work. No problem. But Motrin, Tylenol, that shit has to go through your damn liver.
Come on. Get on
and high
board with
fructose corn syrup. Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm joking.
Plus it has mercury in it and all kinds of fucking toxic waste.
Of course, shout out to all of my friends across the pond over in the UK. You guys are great. How's Bex?
Prince Revolver. I knew a petite woman who got on birth control. You know, I saw a freaking video the other day. Birth control is some toxic shit for women. It really, really fucks them up. And they just don't know it because, wow, it's free fucking. I don't have to get pregnant. That is some serious shit when you're dealing with hormones like that. Fooling the body into thinking you're pregnant all the time. That's serious shit. I mean, if you want to get scared, just get out of birth control. Read the fucking warnings on the birth control pill. It is absolutely frightening. Go on, John.
What's doing? How's Posh Spice? Is she still posh, or is she getting to the well, you know, when the
I always thought she was the hottest one.
The wall is I saw a picture of both of those two the other day, and I got to tell you something.
Yes.
Listen.
Tell us.
Again, with respect, I was a huge Posh Spice. I don't want to say fan, but I definitely she was sexy. When
she was the hottest
dude,
one, I thought. Yeah.
You know, you get it. And I saw a picture of her and David Beck's the other.
I mean, David Beckham gets good looking. He gets better looking as time goes on. He's a good looking guy, really.
Day, and I got to tell you something. David's aging like fine wine. Shout out to David. You know, pause.
I noticed that the other day too. I saw the picture. I mean, Posh Spice or whatever her name is, Victoria Beckham. She's not bad. But David is getting better looking as time goes on. It's amazing. It's God's little joke, I guess. He played on us.
Doing just fine.
I got to get some beer.
Well,
I'll be right back.
Hand
Go
looked
ahead,
like
John.
maybe a
Take
little
over the
something,
show,
something.
man.
There might have been a few chinks in the armor. I mean, not chinks. There might have been a not good in the armor, like a weakness, something. You know what I'm saying? Something.
Option in the 1970s. We have more transport options everywhere we go. We have more desk jobs. We can work from home. We have less physical activity. We have more sedentary lifestyle factors now than ever before. So we.
Well, look, dude, I don't want to point this out to you, but listen.
Yes.
The beard is not as slimming as
Chunky.
you think it is all I'm gonna say.
Chunky
You
beard.
look like you know, might could use a few days in the gym yourself.
What are you saying? It would take years in the gym for me, John, but all right, I get it.
Move less. Food has also changed. We have an abundance of hyper-palatable, calorie-dense food options that often aren't very satiating, so we tend to eat more. And these are available at the click of a button and delivered directly to your door. Regulating both food consumption and body weight is a lot harder now because the environment we live in right now is a lot more obesogenic than it was in the 1970s.
Obesogenic?
You say obesogenic?
Yeah, you did.
Not because of vegetable oils. Don't rely on.
Yeah, it's not the vegetable oil.
It has something to do with it, I think. Okay. For example, now, this is a Guinness torpedo, right? And they give it to you in 12-ounce servings, and it's actually 18. So what is it here? Serving size, 1.5. Calories, 170 times 1.5 in one can, one torpedo of Guinness. It's like 300 and some calories. Yeah.
All this, okay.
Satnar, Slanche. Slanche, sir. I've got Guinness torpedoes. Let's rock and roll. Let's do it.
It's not the soft drinks and the diet soft drinks and the.
Actually, the diet soft drinks are fucking even worse. I read those studies a couple years ago or 5 years ago, whenever, that said diet soda actually makes you gain weight too. It's amazing.
You
Shit.
can only make so many excuses in life, guys, before you have to be like, all right, look, we're going to take a baseline level of responsibility for our own actions here. Shout out to Iridium Kush. Good to see you, my brother.
Cushy is here. Hello,
Good
Kush.
to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Welcome. Let's see what these people are talking about.
Hey, Gon, you were on with Good Mother the other day. I'll have to watch that.
Obesity epidemic in the United States is unfortunately continuing to grow, and the
Oh, unfortunately, indeed. Oh, what a shame. These people are being very unhealthy, and it's affecting their health, and the obesity epidemic is growing. Y'all notice how they don't care about anything? They don't care about y'all's health with anything else. I mean, with the little thing, they were like, hey, we care about your health and your well-being, and
there's too much money to be made, John. You know that.
You all to be safe. In every other manner, they're like, whatever, be homeless, whatever, do fentanyl on the streets, whatever, be a zombie out there and wherever. And yeah,
Prince Revolver. I wonder how many people read a serving size of whatever they eat. I do. I'm kind of a geek in that way. So I happen to know that a serving of ketchup has 4 teaspoons of sugar in it. One serving, 4. I'm not 4. Sorry, 1 teaspoon, 4 grams of sugar per spurt of ketchup. How many of us enjoy our French fries with 1 little squirt of ketchup? I don't know about you. I don't eat fries often. But when I get French fries, I fucking drown those goddamn things in ketchup. You're getting tablespoons and teaspoons and gallons of fucking sugar. It is the sugar. Gone with John. You're right. You're right. Aspartame, Shinobi. Aspartame. Yeah. Aspartame, sucralose. Used to be, what was it? What was that other shit? Saccharin, right? Yep. Who 346 salsa, 2 tablespoons, 35 calories, and it's good for you. It's got tomatoes and peppers in there, some vinegar. It's a beautiful thing. Ketchup, however, is just fucking sugar.
Everything else is just whatever about your health.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This food causes cancer. Eat up. Just make sure it's on the label so they know they're getting cancer. That's all we ask. And, you know, that's
one actually has to ask the question eventually, because I know some of our listeners are in Europe and whatever. Australia, New Zealand. Why is it that the European Union, New Zealand, Australia, Japan, other countries ban a bunch of shit that is perfectly legal in the United States? Why do you suppose that is? Just curious.
Good enough for the government, the people that you think are protecting you. They're like, hey, by the way, this causes cancer. And you're like, yeah, I'll have 2 of them. This sounds good. This is very sad. It's very
Outbush says, just buy and make your own food. Don't fill the shit with sugar. Yes. Yes, exactly. The thing with sugar, and Gone with John's going to get there eventually. It's not the bag of sugar you buy at the grocery store. You know you're putting sugar in whatever you're doing, right? It's the hidden shit, like in ketchup. You don't even know. There's a teaspoon of sugar in every little squirt of ketchup. Why is that? Well, let me propose. It's because sugar is addictive. I know.
very sad because you think these people are looking out for you, and I don't think they're looking out for you. And again, it's not from like a bad place or a place of hate, but I don't think they're looking out for any of us. Let's
Gone
continue.
with John says 100 pounds a year on average of sugar Americans eat. 100 pounds of sugar and high fructose corn syrup and blah, blah, blah. And the Canadians, like Mr. Hemi, 4-speed, pure maple syrup, pure honey. It's the best. Yes.
Continue with this.
Problem is led by an alarming increase among women. New government
And-
statistics show that.
Oh,
for
yeah.
the
It
first
affects women more, right? The thing is, honey, too, has various antibacterial components in pure honey. And honey is regulated. Like in New Zealand, there's this special kind of honey, grows on one fucking hillside somewhere, right? And very expensive, but apparently it's very, very, very good for you. Go on.
time, 4 in 10 women are obese. Obesity rates for men and women have been about even up until now, but
You never want to be the person that where they're doing like the, the half the body shot where like you're
Jesus,
where they got like most of your body, but your
Looks
head's
like my
not
grandmother.
showing.
Mhm.
Because even though, you don't know it's you or whatever, everybody else is pretty sure that's you. They're like, hey, I recognize that person by the way that their gunt is shaped or whatever the case may be. I recognize this individual. Also, what a shape to be in, like for what is essentially a land animal, a human. I mean, this is a weird shape for one of us. But let's continue. I'm not beating this lady up. Let's just
Chaos.
40% of women are obese compared with 35% of men. So let's talk about
I'm gonna call bullshit on that right now. I guarantee you there's way more women that are obese than men. And I don't mean 5% difference. I'm gonna say it's more like 25%. F's in the chat if you agree with me.
about exactly what obesity means. We throw that word around a lot, and a lot of people don't know. So it actually comes down to your
Oh, Outbush says Manuka honey. Yeah. Grows on the East Coast and in Tasmania as well. Okay, good. Shit's good. Yeah, I haven't tried it, but supposedly it's really good for you because the bees know how to put the right shit in there so it doesn't rot. And it's got antioxidants. And it's got electrolytes. It's what cows crave.
body mass index, which is something where you're dividing your
Fat. Let me help y'all out. I know in America we like to sugarcoat everything and we like to stroke each other off and you stroke me off and we'll pretend
Yes, we do like to sugarcoat everything.
like we didn't just get stroked off. Why don't we just call it like it is? Forget about BMI, body mass index, carbs and calories. Let me call you. Let me tell you right now. I'm gonna save everybody the time, energy, and effort. You ready?
Yes.
Fat.
Yes.
Say it with me. Fat. Say it with me. Shame. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh, you bastard from hell. Michelle Guevara says Manuka is oddly 10 times more. And the demand is much higher than production. Yeah, that's why it's so expensive.
But seriously, we need to be able to go back to shame people a little for some stuff. Not like shame them to where they're like, off themselves, but Shame them to where you're like, hey, you're gonna have diabetes or heart disease. You're not gonna make it very long. Like, we got to do something. We got to take drastic action so that you don't just off yourself with food slowly over the years as you torture yourself. This is what heroin addicts do. You're doing the same thing as an addict. Eat, feed the need, feed the
That's
need.
because sugar is addicting. That's why.
You consumption. Gotta have it, gotta have more, give me more, until one day you're 35 and all your system's shutting down, 45 maybe, from your habits. Ladies, that could be your eating. And men, if this applies to you. And yet when I come out here and say, hey, let's have some tough love, I love you guys. I want to protect all of my human beings.
I can feel you're hugging me now, John. No, sugar is toxic fucking shit. Humans were never, ever, we did not evolve to eat this much sugar. And our bodies simply don't know what to do with it, except make it into fat, just like it used to when we were cavemen, right? And women. We'd come upon an apple tree or something in August, and we'd fucking gorge ourselves on that shit. We'd get fat to last over the winter. Now we have unlimited, unfettered access to sugar 24/7, 365, all the fucking time. David Graham, you are misled, sir. You are wrong. Agave syrup is no different than high fructose corn syrup. It is the same. It's processed garbage. But they had a good marketing campaign. It's not different than high fructose corn syrup. It's the same thing. You can look it up, sir.
On this planet, I want to do what's best for you. You need guidance. You need discipline and guidance. And if I thought you were doing it on your own, I wouldn't be talking to you like this. You're not doing it on your own.
I said addictive, Michelle Guevara. What are you talking? I'm an illiterate goon. Oh, my God.
So those of you that are willing to stick around with me, you're going to learn how to do it if you need the help. If not, we're going to help other men find their way through this world.
Yeah.
My man Rusty Rivers with the cigarette butt there.
Rusty Rivers, oh my God.
Emoji. Shout out to you, YouTube. Don't get mad at us. It's a great emoji.
Sorry, David. Yes, have your dream. Agave syrup is yes. Now, sugar is, some people regard sugar as addictive as cocaine or heroin or opiates. And I think they're not wrong, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't eat sugar personally. I don't eat sugar in the sense you got it out of there's a bag of it and you put it in your coffee. I don't do that. And I watch very carefully where the sugar is in, like ketchup and all this stuff. Of course, when it comes to beer, I really don't give a shit because it all turns into sugar eventually. Go ahead.
CJ says plants are poison. All right. Jeepers Creepers. Best fed oppressed people ever. Yeah. The people here truly are some F's showing up. Yep. Government's taking good care of them. Don't you worry, guys. What could possibly go wrong? The government would never do anything to hurt their citizens or...
No, that's conspiracy theory shit. Gone with John. What's the matter with you? Government is here to help. They love us, and they want us to be happy, don't they? Indy MGTOW is here, like hamster, eats healthy. Well, mostly I do, actually. You might be surprised. I try my best. Salads, vegetables. No fruit, though. Or very, 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 very little fruit. Because it's all sugar. That's all it is. But at least you get some benefit from an apple, but not apple juice. And how many years have the marketers been, oh, no, juice is good for children. Put it in their little sippy cup. Fruit juice is nothing but fucking sugar water. Orange juice, nothing but sugar water. Flavored with perfume, if you want to look into it. Anyway, go ahead, John.
Anyone else ever.
height and your weight, it spits out a number. But basically, if you are 5'4" and you are a woman, you'd have to get to about 174 pounds, and that would
174.
5'4" and 174 pounds. Yeah, I'd say that's obese.
Jesus.
I'd say so. Also, check out this news lady here.
make you, that would consider you as obese. For men, 5'9", right around 203 pounds. So
I'd hit it. Yeah, the thing is, though, if you're a 5'4" woman, 174 pounds, and you're a gymnast or you're an athlete, not a big deal, right? But I think we know what we're talking about. We're talking about flabby. Indy MGTOW, do you move, hamster? No, that's the biggest problem. I just get in my chair and sit there for 8 hours straight.
It's not much time left, huh?
that puts it in a little bit of perspective.
Sure.
But we know that this can lead to greater problems down the road, Allie.
Yeah, and when you look at that BMI as a factor in obesity, I have a tough time with that because it doesn't necessarily.
Oh, she has a tough time with that. Do you guys, so scientist and everything else, but this lady in the red miniskirt dress looking thing at the table,
I mean,
who's on the news, whose name?
I mean, all these chicks in this video are pretty hot. I have to admit, you know,
none of us even know. She has a problem with that. Yawn.
Necessarily measure muscle mass or fat, but I think the bigger picture,
little
is when
horse
you look
face
at
there, but
obesity,
you know, a
they're
couple
really
beers.
looking at where is your fat?
She could catch the D though, allegedly.
Is your fat around your stomach? That's when it becomes
The
a
belly
major
fat
problem.
is the health
Yes, the
issue, yeah.
visceral fat. But they also don't look at whether or not your race plays a factor.
Is that
I
a trans
noticed
chick
this
on the
is
right side
again
there?
what they do in modern society now.
Yeah,
They've
now
got-
they're going to make it a racial thing. Yes. Well, it just doesn't take into account racist shit.
got one man surrounded by three women as if to show that, like, you know, they're running things and he's just there to nod along. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Of
Excuse
course.
me, is MGTOW Outlaw in the building? Oh my God, he's here from Alabama live. Hello there, I'm MGTOW Outlaw. How you doing, man?
Yes, ma'am. Whatever you say, ma'am. No, it doesn't smell like fish in here. Yes, ma'am. They're all wearing mini skirts. Just baking under there in those studio
like rotten
lights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Factor in this, and even for example, like Asians are more likely to
Damn, girl, calm down. Jesus Christ. Asian people, I'm sorry. I apologize on behalf of this fucking Jesus.
have double the risk of diabetes, even if they have a BMI,
Even at
a
low weight.
lower BMI.
Yeah, when they come to the United States, yes. In Japan, they have no problems eating rice, eating whatever they eat in Japan, and they're all skinny and they're all in, you know, pretty good shape. They come to the U.S. and they inflate. Just saying.
Just based on their genetics.
Well, that's because of the Marble Reds. All those Marble Reds are probably helping them survive at this point. You know, it's probably got to be preserving them or smoking them so that they last longer, like salmon or something. You know what I mean? A lot of Marble Reds in that community, allegedly. Is that considered whatever it's called? I don't know.
Yeah, Indy MGTOW, it's exactly. Yeah. You know, eat sensibly. Don't eat the garbage food and fucking exercise. I need to do that. Take your advice.
What they call it when you know, say something that's obvious to everyone on the planet. What is that called again?
And this is a shorthand, right? At a certain point, Molly, you need to say, like, all right, we got to figure out some way to quantify this. And to see that it's specifically hitting women is fascinating. I wonder how much of
it's women.
Fascinating.
Women
isn't
are
it?
always the
Do you see what he
victims.
said? He said,
My God.
to see that it's specifically, all this fat is specifically targeting women is fascinating.
Yeah. Who 346 says my older car had a crotch vent to blow air up in her skirt to keep it as unmoist as possible. Well, let me tell you, girl, I'm gonna take you out in my '63 Chrysler Newport. Well, that'll get you moist. Don't slide off the seats, baby. Don't do that. Yeah. Spearman says if only Japan could fix the birth rate. Yeah. Well, they'll come up with something. Japanese are very clever people. I'm sure they'll figure out something.
What do you three women who currently surround me think? Do y'all think it's fascinating that y'all seem to be getting fatter?
Fascinating.
This is a shorthand, right? At a certain point, Molly, you need to
Shorthand,
say, like, all right, we got to
yes,
figure out some way to quantify this. And to see that it's specifically hitting women is
Well, sometimes I short stroke it just for fun. Am I going to burn in hell? Probably.
fascinating. I wonder how much of this has to do, and you touched on this a little bit, Allie, but it has to do with poverty.
I'll touch on this over here a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking, of course, YouTube. I'm joking. Allie, sorry, call me.
So you look at women where if you...
Yes, I do look at women. Thank you.
I like women. Yes, they have tits and stuff. Yeah.
No. No single mother.
And you are in poverty. You know,
I have to say, Gon, that was a very, very nice little drop there from Brainstorm. Is that where that came from?
Right. Well, she did choose to do that to herself. She might not have been initially when she first did it, but later on, she probably will end up in poverty and look back and say, well, I did choose to do this back when I was,
blah.
You know, back when, I don't want to say in these streets, but you know,
hot dog down the hallway. Yeah.
You know how women.
Oh, baby, eat my pear. Do it now.
Oh, let's be honest. Like it is expensive to eat right. It can be challenging. You might not have access to it, and
it might require that you get in the kitchen and put a little bit of work in.
You mean you have to cook your own food and you can't get it out of a goddamn box? Yeah. God almighty, I'm too busy for that as a young woman. I just got to go out to all these restaurants, get free food and chat.
You know what I'm saying, women? Get in there and bang
chat.
those pots and pans around. It sounds sexist
You're evil,
when I
John.
say it like that.
You're
What I
evil.
mean is...
Scanners, yes. Thank you. Yeah, scanners.
Listen. It does take some effort. You can't just hit Uber and have shit delivered. You can't just.
But actually, Brainstorm was the last movie with Natalie Wood. If you haven't seen Brainstorm, I think it's Brainstorm. It's a good flick. And Natalie's fucking hot.
Hit the damn grocery store delivery app and have your food delivered. Like, you got to put some effort into this, girls. It's not hard, man. It really isn't. Let's just, we're going to continue.
Well, I mean, you know, look at the probably the average dating life of a female in the West. They're going out 4 nights a week, eating this rich, heavy food. You know, not a surprise, I suppose.
There's lots of subsidies for corn and sugar.
Yeah. Oh, now we're getting
fewer subsidies for vegetables like lettuce and kale and things like
Yeah,
that.
it's a huge societal thing. I mean,
Not to mention that they try to make it look cool. They try to say, well, she's got big booty. She got junk in the trunk. Everywhere you look, they're trying to.
Yeah, ramen is only in college. Yeah, it's not really food. It's terrible for you. But I mean, do you need a ramen pack? I mean, if you want to eat it, go. But really, how hard is it to take a pot, for example, put it on the stove, boil the water, put a couple of herbs and vegetables in there, and drop in your noodles? Really not that hard. It really isn't.
To make it cool for women to be bigger, stronger, and more masculine. And I don't think this is healthy for women. But they seem to be having a good time
You
with
wanna
it.
party with a fat
Oh my God.
bitch, even though in comments you're like cap bitch. Time you spend with me will be time well
Jesus
spent. And if
Christ.
I get enough,
God,
you
what are
know
you
I'm leaving
doing?
a den. No, you wanna party with a fat bitch. Buy me diamonds and nickname brand chips. Time you spend with me will be time well spent. And if I get unlucky, no, I'm leaving a den. I'm a big bad, big butt, big dreams daddy. 2 minutes with me and you'll be calling me daddy. Might not pass the presidential fitness test, but notify your next of kin, I'll put you to rest. Whiny little goose. I'm concerned for your health. Think about my backles while they're touching themselves.
What
comment, I
the
legitimately thought
honest
this was
fuck
on
is
camera.
that? I mean, seriously, what the hell was that?
Good time
You
with
wanna
it.
party with a fat bitch, even though in comments you're like cap bitch. Time you spend with me will be time well spent. And if I get unlucky, no, I'm leaving a den. No, you wanna party with a fat bitch. Buy me diamonds and your name brand chips. Time you spend with me will be time well spent. And if I get unlucky, no, I'm leaving a den. I'm a big bad, big butt, big dreams daddy. 2 minutes with me and you'll be calling me daddy. Might not pass the presidential fitness test,
Oh
but
my
notify
God.
your next of kin, I'll put you to rest. Whiny little goose. I'm concerned for your health. Think about my back.
See, I was looking at this young lady here. It's like it looks like she's naked.
While they're touching themselves, they comment, I legitimately thought this was John Candy. Then whisper my name as they start to get randy.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Good guys there. Let's try to continue here. We were having a little too much fun, guys. Sorry about that.
I mean, John, you have my respect. You have to watch these videos for your videos. Oh my goodness.
I think
Some of you put your penises away.
if you are
I've already jacked off. What? Why do you hate me?
poor woman raising kids, it's a lot more convenient to
If you're a poor woman raising kids, you mean like you left the husband and then
like you made a choice to have children. Okay, then.
You know, the teammate? Is that what you mean? Let's just say it, man. Let's just say it. Single mother. If you destroyed your family through whatever, if you were fucking and sucking, or if you were just not happy, or it was just Tuesday and you had to destroy your family and your children's livelihood and the likelihood that they're going to avoid prison and or drug and alcohol problems by having them come up in a single parent household. If you did all that, can't we just say if you're a single mother, let's listen to this lady struggle through saying what we all know.
Yeah. Take away the government welfare state. Single motherhood would disappear over fucking night. The government wants this. But go ahead.
And kale and things like that.
yeah, it's a huge societal thing. I mean, I think if you are
Also, she could get folded up.
a poor woman
Oh, yeah.
raising kids,
Yeah.
it's a lot more convenient to
She's got that librarian vibe, I think. She's like your local librarian. It's like, can I help you find some books like, I don't know, Shakespeare and stuff? No. I was looking for that gay book for my kid. Could you help me with that? Of course we can.
feed your family and just get the kids fed with something cheaper.
And no one's
fast
taught
food.
you, right? Like no one's
and
taught.
you know, they're not the ones that are shopping at the local co-ops or Whole Foods or
I mean, really, if, say you don't have food available in your neighborhood, there's no grocery store there. You could order this stuff off of Amazon. Couldn't you? Get on your Obama phone and type it in. Maybe they don't take EBT. I don't know. But you could just order it. That shit be delivered to your house. Just, tossing it out there.
places where it's really easy to get produce because let's be
Something tells me that this, blonde Becky here isn't having any problems getting all that shit done. I'll guarantee you her man
She likes sausage, John.
Sure all that stuff gets done. If she has a man. If not, well,
Oh, yeah, she has a dog. Peanut butter.
a lot of those places are not as convenient and more expensive.
Let's talk a little about what the cities are trying to do, because at some point someone has to do something. And
right. That's what men have been saying for like 50, 60,
right.
70, 80, 100, 200 years. At some point, somebody will notice that we're being treated unfairly. At some point, someone will care that men actually do care and have.
Hey, John. Hey, Gone with John. Work on your mix game a little bit there. I can barely hear these talking heads.
At some point, someone will actually care that men do take damage, hit points away when we go through these things. We may not show it. We may stay stoic. Hold up.
Hell.
Damn it. We may not show it. We may stay stoic.
You can get cans of beer and shit. Or, oops. Freudian slip. You can get cans of vegetables and shit down at the Walmart. I might have had their volume down. Ooh, it's a creative choice, John. Understand. I'm with you. Beautiful. You're like an artiste.
Just rhyme all the time.
You're an auteur.
Your mom in the sheets. She's a freak. Oh shit! I beat my meat. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me, guys. Let's move on. Let's just move on. We're gonna pretend like that didn't happen.
the target now is sugar. We've seen this
Well, you can
recently.
pretend it didn't happen, John, but
sugary sodas, they're really kind of
have the evidence.
attacking that area the most. But also these groups, Jason, are saying, okay, we'll actually be hurting
probably
that
do
same
some
group
cans.
Sure.
that is already having.
See, I'm so against that whole war on sugar. I mean, we can't just blame sugar.
Right. We can't just blame sugar. Boy, you got to appreciate
100 billion.
8 women. Only women in the face of diabetes, heart disease, fatness, and everything else could a woman just be like, you know what? Let's not blame sugar.
And I mean, stinky feet and gout and fucking vaginal infections with yeast, everything on the sugar.
Oh, okay. Well, do tell, since our sodas all have, damn near half a cup of sugar in each individual soda.
Yes, yes.
Let's talk about how we can't just blame sugar. Wouldn't you say, hold up a second, hold up. You know what? We're going to play a fun little game here.
Oh,
I'm going to pull up, what's it called again? How do you pronounce it, with a J or, oh, it's a G. We're going to pull this up, this search engine here. Let's just find out.
Mr. Google.
How much sugar?
Dr. Google.
Does the average American
Spearman says it correctly because obviously it's not sugar, it's the patriarchy. It's a conspiracy to feed women sugar and get them fat.
eat per year?
Fatten those bitches up.
Yes, I did spell that wrong. Thank you, Google, for pointing that out.
The
average American eats or drinks is in parentheses. I want you to pay special attention to or drinks, because most of you don't realize you're not fat because of your diet that you're eating. You're fat because of what you're drinking.
I mean, look up the amount of sugar in, say, a tequila drink. What is it, a margarita? I have a margarita like once a year. It's so fucking sweet with sugar. I almost gag. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll drink it, but it's like, Jesus Christ. How much sugar did you put into this?
You might be eating just chicken breast, and it might be a great diet, but you're probably drinking shit and garbage all day. I mean, not literally shit, but you might even be better off drinking just, never mind.
Like toilet water.
The average American eats or drinks 34 teaspoons of sugar per day. I'm sorry. 34 teaspoons.
Like I said, if you get an order of fries and you drown that shit, and that's like 20 teaspoons of sugar right there. Crazy.
Of sugar per day, which is the equivalent to 500 plus calories extra per day just in sugar consumption. Just in sugar consumption, not counting anything else. So like if you're on borderline and you're like, well, today I know I ate 3,500 calories and that's a lot for me, and I'm going to get fatter. And well, if you also drank another 500 calories worth of sugar, just the sugar part, this averages more than 100 pounds of sugar per person each year.
100 pounds. Resurgence is here. Hello, Resurgence. Good to see you. Peace be upon you as well. Long time no see. Good. I'm glad you showed up. Enjoy the show.
Each year in America, the average is more than 100 pounds of sugar is consumed.
Damn.
Average
God bless us.
eat American. It's an average. Some may eat very little.
Lord have mercy. 100 pounds of sugar. Some bitch.
Little. Some may eat 200 pounds a year. Let's watch one more time why we can't just blame sugar. Why would we blame sugar? Gone with John. Why are you so mean to sugar? Gone with John.
Why do you hate the sugar farmers who are relying on? Excuse me. Don't you know the sugar beet farmers up there in North Dakota are relying on you eating sugar for their living? Oh my God. You hater. Oh my God, you hater.
Let's listen.
The most, but also these groups, Jason, are saying, okay, we'll actually be hurting that same group that is already having.
See, I'm so against that whole war on sugar. I mean, we can't just blame sugar. I walk.
Yep. Yeah. You're right. A 2-liter bottle of soda a day. Yeah, it's about 1,200. It's 140-ish calories per serving. So however many servings in a 2-liter bottle of soda. Indy MGTOW, yo, hamster, look at you eating at restaurants. Oh, well, me and Brandon, we just had a little, I mean, it's a special thing. What I didn't show you is me and Brandon put a half a gallon of sugar in the food.
100 pounds a year. 100 pounds a year. Now, if you were eating 100 pounds of French fries a year, we'd be talking about cholesterol and stuff like that.
Except cholesterol isn't necessarily bad for you. Prince Revolver, I don't understand how people drink soda. One sip of Pepsi feels like it is a mouthful of sugar. That's the exact thing that tried to get you addicted. Now, these companies like Doritos, and I'm not pointing them out particularly, but, Frito-Lay, Doritos, whatever, they pay scientists millions of dollars to figure out the exact amount of sugar, salt, crunch, fat. Millions and fucking millions of dollars put into, say, a snack chip to make you not be able to stop eating them. That's their entire job. I want you to make a chip that they cannot stop eating. And god damn, wouldn't you know? You look at a bag of Doritos, how many times have you thought to yourself, I could eat this whole fucking bag? You think there's a reason? Anyone? Yeah, you know it.
Talk about it. But we can't just blame sugar. The average of all of us fat Americans, we eat 100 pounds a year per person. Don't you think we should?
Resurgence, is that Muhammad over in Egypt? Oh, well, Muhammad, good to see you.
Address that a little bit? I mean, if you were going through 100 pounds a year of cocaine, somebody would be like, hey, you should probably take it easy. I mean, this is getting out of hand,
Now,
no, nothing.
Me.
We're just going to.
Excuse me. Is there any particular reason you think Coca-Cola actually at some point had cocaine in it as an ingredient? Now, why do you think that would be? Just
no big deal. No government meetings. Nobody's raising any fingers. Why our kids don't behave. Why people are getting dumber. Why is everybody having a hard time sleeping? Why is everybody fat? Listen.
Wait a minute. Is Indy MGTOW fucking coming at me with are you giving me grief? That's okay. I love you anyway. How healthy are you? I'm all right. I'm overweight, no question. I don't move around enough, but I really don't eat shit. I don't eat any processed food. Rarely, once maybe a month, I have a pizza. But most of the time, I cook my own shit. Chicken, tomatoes, vegetables, peppers, onions, garlic. Maybe have that in the salad. As a matter of fact, I'm getting hungry right now. But I rarely buy processed food. Matter of fact, I have nothing in my cupboard that's a processed food. I've got some beans in there, got some cans of tuna fish, some sardines, got some tomatoes, I got some pasta, although that is processed. I'll give you that. But you know what I mean, like tuna helper or some fucking garbage crap you buy in the freezer and you throw in the microwave. No, I don't do that. I'll spend the time to cook the food. That's what I do. Anyway, go ahead.
You don't want me to be the dictator and put things back. I'm just kidding.
You are a dictator.
I really hope that all of you that watch me in perpetuity over the next 1,000 years, long after I'm dead and gone, I hope that you realize what you had in Gone with John.
I
may not like me.
No, I don't.
It's probably my jokes.
You're an asshole.
They are pretty funny and dark, but whatever it is, I give you good information, whether you like it or not, or whether it hits you the right way or hurt your feelings.
Sure. Yeah.
You can go fuck yourself in your feelings. And just
thank you. Yeah, I'll be doing that after we sign off tonight. Rosie, baby.
But seriously, I give you guys the good information. Let's continue.
Around with the Diet Coke, and people give me a hard time about, that could give you cancer. There's all these things in Diet Coke.
Diet Coke is fucking toxic waste, you stupid idiot. It's toxic waste. If you need a cool drink, you need some caffeine, make iced coffee. Or just drink water. Drink as much water as you can stand. That's going to be much better for you there, dear.
You gotta love women. They're so cute. Let's watch one
They
more
are
time.
cute.
Did y'all
Yeah,
see
yeah.
what I saw? Y'all know I watch women like the
Yeah,
Matrix.
it's the Spearman. It's the what is that shit called? Whatever it is. It's breast milk replacement. It's full of MSG. It's full of fucking sugar, high fructose corn syrup to get the babies hooked on that shit. That's the only fucking reason. Do you believe it wasn't even that long ago when doctors recommended women don't breastfeed? They should use replacement formula. Crazy shit. Willi Gergen. How are you? Was ist das? Do it. Do it now.
Matrix. Let's one more time. Just listen to her.
That is already having.
Right.
See, I'm so against that whole war on sugar. I mean, we can't just blame sugar. I walk around with a Diet Coke and people give me a hard time about, oh, well, I could give you
Oh,
cancer.
yes, we can blame sugar because that's the fucking problem. Part of it, anyway.
There's all these.
Look at her. Do you see her attitude? Watch her attitude. I walk around all the time. People are like, oh, that could give you cancer. Oh, just a little cancer. Oh, there's a little cancer. Oh, stupid hair falling out, little bit of cancer. Do you hear how fucking flippant she is and dismissive she is of the
She's an addict. Just think about when people deny sugar, when they deny, alcoholism or whatever, smoking. Oh, no. It's not addictive. Not at all. Sugar is addictive. There is zero question about this. But she won't admit it. Do addicts admit they're addicted? No. No. It's just a thing. I can give it up anytime. Really? Then give it up today. Well, I don't really mean that. I mean, I could just do it like next week or something. You're an addict. You are addicted. And there's no other way to look at it. But little Blondie here is like, oh, that's not me. I'm not that kind of that.
person who's like, hey, you're drinking cancer. This is the problem with Americans and really humans in general and women for sure. Someone comes up to her and is like, hey, crack is killing you. It is eating your brain cells and you are damn near a vegetable. You've got to get off the cocaine and the crack. You got to settle down. And she's like,
yeah, everyone agree. Yeah, crack is bad. Cocaine is bad. Drugs are bad. But they will not agree that their Diet Coke is also addictive. By the way, guys, when's the last time you had a Diet Coke? Have you really thought about the flavor? It is toxic fucking waste. Who drinks that shit? Seriously. It just, God.
Cancer. Shut the fuck up. The gall of women, the balls of the balls of women, guys. It's honestly.
Indy MGTOW. Current salt and sugar is molecularly structured to be addictive. Bingo. Bango. How do you think they sell so many Doritos? Or Diet Cokes or Pepsis? It's science.
It would be impressive if it wasn't so frightening. Let's watch.
Same group that is already having.
Right.
See, I'm so against that whole war on sugar. I mean, we can't just blame sugar. I walk around with a Diet Coke and people give me a hard time about, oh, well, that could give you cancer. There's all these.
Cancer. Shut the fuck up, Grandma.
You think cancer cells don't feed on sugar?
You and your cancer dreams. Who cares?
Think about it. Sugar is fast energy. Cells use fast energy to grow. Do you understand it? Nope.
Yes, your grandma's like, let's drink healthy and have some water. Here's some kale juice. And she's like, Diet Coke, glug, glug, glug.
Diet Coke. And there are plenty of people who drink a regular Pepsi, whatever, that are slim.
We've seen tax.
No.
Nope.
Did you see what she did there? She blatantly lied, which is a good trick that women do. They do it so naturally, you almost don't see it. You almost think that what she said makes sense. Let's watch that one more time.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, I can see the Matrix, and this is like,
she's pretty. That's why.
It's all red flags. Watch.
I walk around with a Diet Coke and people give me a hard time about, oh, well, that could give you cancer. There's all these things in Diet Coke. And there are plenty of people who drink a regular Pepsi, whatever, that are slim.
We've seen
Oh, there's plenty of people who drink a regular Pepsi who are slim, you say?
Really?
Well, let's Google Pepsi drinkers just for kicks and giggles, guys, because, you know, I'm a pretty, you know, I'm a fair.
Let's go to Dr. Google. Come on, John.
Man, I like to make sure we're being fair to everybody. Let's type in average Pepsi drinker.
Yeah, while you're doing that, Who346 says, I was thinking of getting root beer extract and seltzer water and mix it. Probably be okay, but it's still full of sugar. Really. I mean, if you want something with a fizz, with 0 calories, just go for the seltzer. It's got a nice fizz. You drink it, and you become Jewish eventually. It's that's the way it works.
Google Images. That should do. Is it just taking me directly to the Walmart website? What are we doing? Oh, okay. All right.
Indy MGTOW, exactly. How many fat Amish people do you see? Probably not many.
All right. Yeah. Nothing. I would have expected more comedic memes and stuff from this, but this is disappointing. Then again, people don't meme the way they used to.
I mean, in deference
Anyways,
to John, we're going to go
it's
5
about
more minutes,
what you would
and then I gotta go
expect,
to bed.
guys.
So, all right.
Most of them not exactly what I would call the pitch.
I mean, look at the gams on this bitch, though. Holy Jesus. Oh, my God.
Picture of health according to these images in Google. And I would show you, but then I would have to interrupt the video that we're already playing during this live stream.
Oh, you wouldn't want
I
that.
would interrupt it
Yeah.
Because, well, I'm enjoying taking this apart. Let's continue. Also, fair use to whatever fly-by-night news station this is. Please don't sue me.
taxing, cut down on smoking, right?
Yeah, what is this fly-by-night bullshit? They have cute women, but
By jacking up the price of cigarettes, fewer people start because they can't afford it. Will that work with sugar?
Sure thing, buddy. Right.
We'll see. I think that's what
Doesn't
they're
work with
trying.
liquor.
Yeah, true.
All right.
Wow.
Good stopping point. Okay. So here we go with the librarian chick. If you don't believe sugar is addictive, if any of you don't believe sugar is addictive, I want you to stop having sugar tomorrow. No more sugar, no more Coke, no more Pepsi. Don't eat sugar. And then, after a day of that, you tell me, are you having symptoms of withdrawing from an addictive substance? I mean, if it's not addictive, just go a day or two without the sugar. Don't have any ketchup. Don't have any this. Don't have any that. No juice. And then tell me if you are feeling the night sweats, if you're feeling like you're quitting smoking, if you're feeling like something is really fucked up, but it's not the sugar. Sugar isn't addictive. You quit it tomorrow, and then tell me how you feel in a couple of days. Tell me if you're not getting the fucking heebie-jeebies. Tell me you're not kind of fucking nervous. Oh, my God. And then I'll tell you after about 5 days, all that goes away. It's the same thing as quitting smoking. Actually, it's harder. You're going to get the shakes. You're going to get the moon days. If sugar isn't addictive, quit it tomorrow and tell me how you feel in 2 or 3 days. Okay. All right. We're going to go to bed. All right, you guys. It was wonderful. It was fun. Thank you. Gone with John. Hopefully we'll talk to you soon, maybe do a stream, whatever comes up. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.